Good morning, friends. Happy Wednesday, August 9th. Crystal here from Find Your Road Home with today's 3-card reading. Please remember, the first card, it's always for you. Second card, always for someone else. That someone else might be a stranger, a friend, or a loved one. And the third card is something to remember or watch for. It is often an opportunity. All right, friends, so good morning. It is Wednesday, hump day, or as I like to affectionately call it, Wacky Wednesday, because you just never know what is going to happen. My Wednesdays are frequently like other people's Mondays. Yes. Okay. I am bound and determined that it's not going to be that way today because I got way too much to do. And if it is, I'm just going to be like, all right, I guess it's a Monday again, and here we go. I'm not going to get upset about it. Okay? You hear that? I'm not going to get upset about it. All right, let's get to the cards. The card for you today is, I always say it's one of my favorites. And you know what? I heard someone this weekend on a podcast who gave me like beautiful permission to continually say that. Because she said that it's kind of like each one is your kid. And you don't love one kid more than another kid, right? So each one is my favorite. There you go. So I have justification. You ready? You'll see why this one's one of my favorites. Today, the message for all of us is find. Yay, find. Find is a message from God Universe that we often don't know what we were missing until we run into it. Yeah. How do you know you're missing it if you've never experienced it before? And then all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, I need more of that. And I don't mean more because yesterday was the more message of don't be greedy. This is like, oh, I see. This is what you've been trying to get me to pay attention to and to do. Oh, I hear you, soul. It's like all of a sudden you were able to hear that itty bitty teeny tiny voice inside you that said, can we try that? Okay, that's what the message is today, friend. Man, I hope that comes and finds me somewhere because I got a really busy scheduled day. I don't know where it's going to find time. All right, it is a green go, and it is a blue waterway. So really, this is like you're going to come across something today that you just never knew that you wanted to do. And now all of a sudden you know you want to do it. And you can't live your life without doing more of it. It is a future and immediate change. And this one is an earth, more earth, more earth. So analysis, investigation, really honestly getting ourselves grounded. Whatever this thing is that we're going to find today, it's going to be like, and it just makes you feel safe and at home. That's what it's going to do, friend. Make you feel safe and at home, and you're going to be like, where have you been all my life? Love those moments. Okay. But please remember that go with the flow. Okay? So there's a lot of allow energy with that, right? So hopefully your day's not too scheduled. And if there's any way like you could free up some time to do a little allowing, that'd be great. Okay, you ready? The message for someone else today, that someone else might be a stranger, a friend, a loved one, and it could be you. All right, you ready? Today that message is went. Went is the reminder from God Universe that it is absolutely necessary, perfectly okay, and like if you're telling yourself, no, I shouldn't be upset right now and looking at these things. No, yeah, you should. So went is all about looking back, looking at the memories, looking at the scrapbooks, looking at all the things, not for the purpose of wallowing and feeling bad, but for the purpose of remembering the lessons, remembering the good times, remembering the fun, remembering the struggle, but for the sake of what lesson did I learn from the struggle? P.S. You're supposed to remember both good and bad, not just the good. Okay, it is a yellow yield, so we're supposed to slow down. If we're going, then we're not going to slow down to think about it. It is a dirt road, and it is past, and it is more earth. More earth. So notice it's not water. It is not about feelings and emotions. It is about from that more masculine side of, even though earth is feminine, but it's from that more left brain analytical side. Thank you. That's what I really meant to say, of analysis and investigation. Okay. And so it's really like making sure we remember things. You've learned lessons along the way, and maybe this is universe's opportunity to give you time to remember those lessons, because maybe as of late you had forgotten them. I don't know. That's just something to think about. But those lessons are in the past, and again, it's about that grounding and making us feel safe, okay, and secure in our place within us, not amongst others, but within us. That's where we have to feel safe. And until we feel safe within ourselves, it doesn't matter how we feel amongst others. We have to feel safe amongst ourselves. And these memories are going to help us ground ourselves back in that space. Okay? Thank you, universe. What a great way to use memories. I like it. Okay, now here's the thing that we've got to remember or watch for when we're in that process. Okay? All right. When we're in that process, we've got to remember, watch for our mind. God, universe is saying, okay, so be careful. Remember, sometimes our mind lies to us. So as you're going through and you're exploring those memories, you might start telling yourself things, and they're lies. Like, make sure, okay, today's reading is like a battle between your soul and your ego. Okay, so here's find your little itty bitty soul going, please see, I want to do this, I want this, I need this. You know, it's crying something really softly down there, and it finally has this opportunity to be heard. And so it wants you to hear it. And it recognizes that you're going to have to investigate like your past and all the things so that you pull in those lessons. It can be reading journals, looking at scrapbooks, but you're pulling in those lessons that you've previously learned, good and bad. And then we've got to watch out, because while we're doing that, our silly little ego's going to creep up. Silly ego is going to creep up and try to get in the way and interfere. Today is the day you have to practice hard putting your ego in the chair. Now, you mean like what? You're just sitting her down. You're just telling her, you know what? I recognize you. I value what you have provided in the past because you have kept me safe. But this is no longer making me feel safe. And it's not allowing me to get to the safe within myself. So I need you to be quiet for a minute. Now, your ego might be okay with a chair. My ego needs a whole little comforted safe space, like it's almost like a padded cell, where she can just have her frickin' little temper tantrum that she's not getting her way. Okay? So I have to put her in there. Sometimes she doesn't need the temper tantrum. Sometimes she just sits there and plays Legos. But other times, like, she's having a frickin' cow. But she's in there having the frickin' cow, and I'm paying attention to the sweet little quiet soul that's down here really trying hard to be heard. It all seems so corny and cheesy, friend, I know. But it's the truth. She needs to shut up. That Mercury trickster in your head. It's a stop. This is a stop. And it's a go with the flow. Okay? So it's a go with the flow. It is past and future. And of course, this is where the emotion comes in. when we're doing the analysis and the investigation and we're looking at it from that non-emotional place, we can dig through and we can get there. But we're going to get to a place where an emotion is triggered. And when that emotion gets triggered, we're going to have to really buckle down and employ our strategies to keep going in that non-emotional way. We really have to employ our left brain today. Today is about employing our left brain. We need to recognize the emotion, appreciate why it's there. You've previously kept me safe in my former way I've lived my life, and you have allowed me to survive. I'm ready to do it in a different way. I need you to sit down so I can hear the other. All right, I think I've said that enough times in a row in enough different ways. I've beat that horse. What a day. Man, now I really can't believe that I have such a busy day at work. Ooh. Okay. All right. But this is a lesson for me too. This is saying to me, hey, how did you get back into this where you don't have any wiggle room? Because that's not comfortable for you. So how did you get there? And what do you need to do to fix that? And take that emotion out of it. It's not about the achieving and pleasing all the people anymore. It's about myself. So how did I get in this place of overachievement again? All right? It works for everyone. All right. I guess it's going to be a wacky Wednesday. That is what it is. That says to me that more than likely my technology is not going to work right. I'm going to fumble over my words in my training today. And you know what? It's okay. Because I expect it. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I expect it. I know it's going to happen. So it's fine. It's fine. Do you hear that, universe? It's fine. All right, friends. I hope that your day is also fine. Please go out there with kindness. Today we do know what others are going through. We're all going through that same thing. We're trying to learn how to hear that inner voice in our heart and shut up that mind so that we can do the things that really bring us joy, make us happy, and are what we're supposed to be doing in the universe. Love you, friends. Mwah! Have a fabulous Wednesday. See you tomorrow.